Hello everyone! My name is Jennifer Stay and welcome to part 2 of this week's live event. We are reviewing and doing an unboxing of the brand new Black Widow Skin color pencils. We have 2 sets of them. We have the light tones and we have these, the dark tones. And I'm really excited about these. I suffer from something called FSS, full set syndrome. Actually, I don't suffer. I rejoice in my full set syndrome. And what that means is that I need to complete my sets. So I have all 3 of the other Black Widow sets. The Black Widow, the Scorpion, and the Cobra sets. And when I heard about the skin tone sets coming out, I knew that I wanted them, partly because I wanted them to complete my set, and partly because I knew that all of you would want me to get them so that I could do a review and let you know how I feel about them. So far we've swatched the light tones and we have some of the dark tones swatched, and we're going to finish swatching them and do a little comparison and see if all of the dark tones are brand new colors or if we have some duplicates. So I'm going to get you caught up here in YouTube. Just so you know, the first part of this 2-part event is done over on Facebook. There is a link in the video description if you'd like to follow us on Facebook and catch that first part of the event. We have a lot of fun over there and I'd love to have you join us. One of the things we talked about is FSS. A couple years ago, my husband and I talked about how funny it is that I have this ache in me that I always want to complete my sets of art supplies. I don't like knowing that there's a few markers missing in a set or a few color pencils missing in a set, and so we coined the term FSS, or full set syndrome, as a way of sort of joking about that ache or need that I have to complete my collections. I think it's a healthy, really good thing. It's a collecting hobby I have, and the cool thing about collecting art supplies is it's a tool that I get to actually use. So I don't just collect and look at it, I actually collect and use the things that I collect. So to celebrate FSS, because I know a lot of you also have it, I have made a coloring page for you, and it's free for a limited time. I want all of us that have FSS to come together, celebrate the fact that we love art supplies, we love collecting it, and we love completing full sets. And so let me show it to you. This is the page right here. There's a link in the video description that you can follow right now or when we're done, and download it and print it and color it and celebrate with me that we have full set syndrome, and we celebrate the fact that we have fun collecting these beautiful art supplies that give us so much creative satisfaction. It's such a fun thing to collect, and I think it's a very healthy thing. And I also want to do a live event sometime soon where we talk about it. There's a lot of negative words that come along with people who collect things, and I want to dispel all of that and get rid of all of that negativity and make it something that we can be proud of and celebrate the fact that we collect these beautiful creative tools, and make it something that you feel good about. I don't want any negativity around it. This is a blissful thing. So celebrate your FSS with me and come and download this page. So Steve, do you have FSS with anything? Do you have anything where you're like, I have to have the full set of this thing?
Well, with your hobby, yeah.
Yeah, he's always like, I want you to have all those markers.
Yeah, I have to admit I have it just as bad as you do with your stuff.
Yeah, but is there anything that you own that
No, sorry, I have it just as good.
Right, that's right. We're going to change the terminology here. But is there anything that you like want all of the set? I guess camera equipment.
I mean, yeah, any hobby I have, I would like. Yeah. I'd have to be rich though to support my hobbies.
Yeah, he has expensive hobbies like camera equipment
and guitars and
computer equipment,
lenses and
yeah. I'm lucky. That's one thing I really like about art, is that there are a lot of supplies that are really affordable, so we can just collect it and enjoy it and really enjoy our collection. So it's pretty. We're lucky, you guys.
That's right.
Speaking of FSS, I have completed my set now of Cobra pencils by purchasing the 2 sets of skin, the light skin and the dark skin tones of the Black Widow pencils. So we have opened them up and looked at them. So let me share that with you, all of my YouTube family, so you can see what they look like. They look different than the original pencils, and they are different than my pencils, not just in looks, but in their actual makeup. So they're both wax-based. This is what the tin looked like from the Black Widow pencils. There were the Cobra pencils, there's the Black Widow pencils, and the Scorpion. And we've talked about before here how I am not a fan of the cover art on these cases. And we talked again on Facebook about it, how it's pretty much a 50-50 split whether people seem to like or hate the art on these cases. And I think it's pretty clever of him to use this kind of art. It helps him stand out amongst all of the other art supplies. It's very unique, his marketing here. Personally, I really dislike the look of the cases, so I have all the pencils taken out and I have them in this case here. This case is nothing special. I think Steve tried to look on Amazon to see if he could find it in case anybody was interested in it, but it's nothing really special. What I do like is this display here when I open it up, and these beautiful black pencils all laid out inside this black case. I think it's pretty impressive to have them all like this. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, the new 24 pencils are not going to fit in here, so I'm going to have to find a new case because they're all not going to fit in here. I just realized that. So these pencils here, that's how they look. I'll show you. They are all black bodied. They have their color names on them. They have the Black Widow ones have red writing with a little black spider. The Scorpion ones had white writing with a little white scorpion on the end. And the Cobra have gold writing with a little cobra at the end. So that's what they look like, the original 3 sets. Now the new pencils, in comparison, this is what they look like here. They have sort of more of a matte looking writing, but it's still gold, but not quite as shiny, which I appreciate. It's a little easier for me to read. I think the writing is a little bit bigger, wouldn't you say? The lettering, yep, the lettering is a bigger font, which I appreciate. And they have a dipped end, so we can see a little swatch of what color the core is going to be. Now, of course, with most art supplies, when they give us a little indication like this, it's not usually perfectly true to color, but at least it gets us in the right direction. So I really appreciate that. The other major difference between my 3 sets of Black Widow pencils and these 2 new sets is that the core is a new size. So my original set, this core here is a 3.8 millimeter core, and the new pencils are a 4 millimeter core. So we're getting more product inside this new pencil, which is exciting. Means I don't have to sharpen as much, and we're going to have more coloring time and more product, more value for your money. So that's pretty cool. So on all those terms, the labeling, the size, all of that, it's a win-win-win so far for me on these pencils. We also over on Facebook did a softness test where I closed my eyes and I did a side-by-side with one of the original pencils and one of the new pencils, and I'm feeling like these new pencils are a little softer, which is exciting. I love a good soft pencil. Now, I haven't done any blend tests or layering tests yet, so that's a different thing. Remember, softness is just one factor. I talk about that a lot on this channel, but it is a very important thing to remember. Softness is just one factor. So in a minute here, we are going to do some blending, and we'll see how they lay down, how they do. So I want to finish swatching because one of the questions I have is, are these 24 pencils all brand new colors, or are there some pencils in these 24 pencils that are duplicates to our original 72 pencils? all of the information on Amazon said that they are 24 new colors. So far, I don't think that's exactly accurate. We have a black and a white that seem to be the same black and white of the original set. They could have given us a different black. There's different tones in black. For instance, in my Blick Studio markers, I have two different blacks. I have a warm black and a black. So I wondered, was it going to be a different black, or is it straight up the same black? So it's the same black in the two different sets. So that's one thing to note. So far the whites look the same, but I wanted to test that on a piece of black paper. We haven't done that side by side, and something just sounded like it tore. No tearing allowed. Okay, there. No tearing. Okay, so let's find over here we have the white from the new light skin tone set, and I'm going to grab the white from the original 3, which was from the Black Widow set, and let's see if we can see any difference in the tone, because again, in other color pencil sets that I have different tones of white, some that have more of a pinkish undertone, some that have more of a grayish undertone. So let's see if these look identical. I'm going to really lean in on this end, really burnish it down, and then sort of feather it out here. Okay, that was Snow. And then this is from the Black Widow. This is Casper. And let's see if these look the same. Really.
Oh, Beverly just gave us $10.
Beverly, thank you so much for your support of the channel. Oh my goodness, that money really does support our channel so much. Thank you so much. I'm swatching. Just a second, Beverly. I want to say a proper thank you. You know, I think this Casper is laying down better than the Snow did. That's interesting. Look at that, don't you think? I think the Casper is a better white. Well, they're pretty similar. If it is better, it's not drastically better. Let me give you an example. Here is another white that I own. See the difference? Huge difference. So it's not a really great white. This is Derwent Drawing.
Kaylee asked, which set do you like better, the newer or the older Black Widows?
Such a good question. So before I was feeling like the new ones were softer, and I do like that the new ones are a bigger core. That's a big selling point to me. Plus, I like this white on the end. That's a big selling point to me. So when we do our blend test, though, that's really going to tell me if I feel like it's a big improvement or not. So I'm going to hold off before I tell you if I feel like this is a big jump in quality or not. So I'm going to hold off before I tell you. But I'm going to say that the Snow and the Casper are pretty much duplicates in color. So like someone said over on Facebook, though, if you were buying these two sets on their own, you would need a black and a white in order to create some good portraitures. You'd need the black for the eye and the white for the highlights, and so to leave them out of here might be a mistake. So maybe that's why we have those two as duplicates. Now, as we were swatching the, let me put this on here. As we were swatching the light set, which goes all the way to midnight, 0 to 4 right here. This is all the light. We did find a few other duplicates. We found 006 had a duplicate with pumpkin. 002 had a duplicate with toadstool. 020 had a duplicate with Delicious Pink, and 014 had a duplicate with Bubblegum. So we did find 4 other duplicates in that set. So we'll see if the dark has duplicates as well. So far we only have 1, which is the black, which we already discussed. Okay, well, that's what we have now. I need to properly thank, was it Barbara that gave us a donation to our channel, which means that someone gets a treat. She's very asleep. I'm going to say the word one more time, and if she doesn't pop her head up, we might wake Barbara. Someone gets a treat. Oh, she's out. Okay, we'll try again later. Okay, Barbara? I'm not going to forget, but we'll wait till she pops her head up.
Okay. They were admiring your case again. Is it a BTSKY case? Do you remember?
Let me see if there's a label. There's like no labeling. Is there something in the back? Something pressed into it? Nothing. Huh. Absolutely nothing.
Angela says she loves the swatch book she got from the website. Wish I would have gotten it all for pencils, as that's really all I use.
Yeah. Well, you may your FSS your FSS may grow, and you may end up starting to collect different kinds of art supplies. So you may like having the other papers in the future. So you never know where your coloring will take you, right?
So Polly's wanting to come up and visit. She and her husband he's going full-time remote.
That would be so cool.
As of March 30th, so they're going to hit the road and head this way.
Well, we would love to see you. That would be so cool. All right, next one is the color Mud. So let's see what this one looks like. Again, a nice dark brown color. Sort of the same undertones as color 10. So it'll be a good light and dark. Well, like I said, I'm really curious to see if these will stand on their own. Can I create some color tones on its own with just the light set, or just the dark set, or is it going to be one of those things where you're really going to need both together? You know? 022. Okay. There's that swatch. And now we move on to light Mocha. Ooh, that's a really nice color. I'm excited to show you the worksheet that we were using with the Bliss Partners, because it was really helpful with creating skin tones. Okay. I do think that overall these might be a little softer. Olive brown. The tips of the pencils, some of them have come kind of squared off, and I think that's just the way that they are manufactured. So if you get them and you're like, what's going on? It's no big deal. You can sharpen them up if you want, but or you can just start coloring. Olive brown.
Mary Lynn Cox gave us $10.
Mary Lynn, thank you so much. That means Rose is going to get 2 treats when she wakes up. But she is like out, like gone out. Maybe she's dreaming about coloring. I am going to write your name down, Mary Lynn, though, so when she wakes up, we can give Rose a treat for Mary Lynn's and Barbara. Now we've got 2 treats that Rose has earned, and she doesn't even know it. She's just out in dreamland. How would that be to sleep and earn treats while you're sleeping? We all need a job like that. Thank you so much for your support. Another great way to support our channel is to hit the like button. It actually really does help our videos. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this video has worth. Okay, this one's washed purple. I must say, and this is the one I've been most excited to swatch out of all 24 is this one right here. So let's zoom down and really, we can't zoom down because we've got the picture-in-picture going. But let's enjoy this one. Hey, it kind of matches my fingernails a little bit. Oh, it's a pretty color. This is that undertone color. When we were studying skin tones with the Bliss Partners, we were discovering how many skin tones have a purple undertone. This is that purple that you need to create that purple undertone. So this is a really useful color right here. So many of the dark skin tones have that gorgeous purple undertone. That is a very useful color. Okay, happy about that color. That one makes me very happy. Okay, this one is chalk tone. Chalk tone, and look how dark that end is. Very dark. Woo, that's a dark pencil. That is a dark pencil. Okay, 2 more to swatch. Olive gold. So we have 2 with the word olive. Yeah, olive brown and olive gold. Let's see how this one looks. Oh, pretty. So far I think the dark set is my favorite. Maybe that's why it's unavailable and sold out already. Okay, 1 more to go and now we can go compare. It looks like we got a gray. Uh-oh. Come on out. There we go. Gray thorn. I'm curious to see because the other sets had grays in it, so we'll see if this is a different gray. And we know from our Prismacolors that there are lots of different kinds of grays, right? So what kind of gray is this compared to the other grays? It's a very pretty gray.
Lily asked, other than the Derwent Inktense pencils, are there any others that compare to them in the bright, vibrant colors, in your opinion?
Let's see. You know, I don't own a lot of water-soluble pencils. I own the Prismacolor water-soluble. I don't know. That would be a good question for our Facebook group. They may have more knowledge on that than I would. That's what I'm going to tell you to go ask them because I don't have a lot of sets. I'm not that impressed with the Prismacolor set. They're very washed out, the colors in that set. Okay, what we did over on Facebook is I held each swatch up to all the other colors to see if there was a duplicate of that color in the original 72 colors. So we're quickly going to do the same thing with the 11 remaining colors here in the dark tones, just to see if there's any other duplicates so that you know if you need to buy this set or not. So I'm going to just quickly look at each one. That one's pretty close. And then I usually, if I find one that's close, I've been having Steve look because he's my color checker. I think that one has...
Jojo says, I love French grays.
Yeah. What do you think, Steve? I don't know. That one's closer. It seems to be more... What do you think? We've got Tarantula. And Tarantula seems very close to either 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Which one would you... See, 10 and 11 are very similar. 10? Okay, so we're going to say that Tarantula is closer to 10. Tarantula. So we're going to say this one has a duplicate. And this one, yeah. I don't know how to label 11 because it's so close to 10. I'm just going to call it a new one. But it's awfully close. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, number 13 is that really pretty tone. Let's see if we've got anything similar. I'm not seeing anything similar to 13.
Jilly Girl Eli. I hope I said that right. I just donated as well.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to write your name down too. Jilly Girl Eli. Okay, tell us if we're saying it wrong. Jilly Girl Eli. Okay, now Rose gets
and
3 treats.
Beverly, not Barbara.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Beverly. Got to keep the names right. So when
now
Rose
I know why
wakes
people
up,
were saying that. Why are they saying Barbara?
they're trying to keep us right here. So when it's treat time, 022. No, dark chocolate's different. And there's just no browns over here. Oh, someone's starting to wake up. 022. Okay. 019. That one's looking like a new color too. Good.
Oh, Michaela just sent $2.
Michaela!
Says, enjoy your treat, Rosie.
Thank you. Okay, I'm writing your name down too. Wow, she's going to get so many treats. She's going to wake up and be like, oh my goodness, I need to take a nap every day. She's starting to wake up. Her eyes are coming open. Okay, that's a new color. All right. 016 is similar to Stink Bug, but...
Roberta thinks you should swatch them side by side to make sure on some of those, that we're wondering about.
Okay.
Oh yeah, somebody had asked earlier too if you would recommend the Carl pencil sharpener. And then Funky Light Tachikawa says, Steve, can you ask her to sharpen a pencil? I'd like to know if they are awkward to sharpen or if it was just my sharpening.
Okay, I will sharpen one. That new purple is a new purple too. Love that purple.
Oh, Polly just gave us $20.
Polly, thank you. Thank you, Polly. Ooh, Huntsman is very similar. That one, I don't know. There might be more purple undertones in that one. Huntsman is very similar. I want to check Huntsman. Okay, now, okay, I gotta write Polly's name down. Polly.
Oh, and Kalara just gave us one too. Thank you. Says, love you guys.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, this might turn into, the end of this might turn into the Rosie show. It would be fun to put her down on the floor and show them the other tricks she does.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should figure out how to do that. Think about that, Steve.
Okay.
How can we put her on the floor and show them the other tricks she does? Oh, look. Cobra might be the same color as 012. We got to check that. Cobra. Okay, now here's our gray. Let's see if this gray is similar. It's very similar to dim gray. Not that one. And there was another gray, spiderweb. That's totally different gray. Okay, dim gray is the only one I would say, but no, this is a new gray. Woohoo! Okay, there are a few here that are
Be Bright Sparkle says that he definitely said no duplicates, but I mean, maybe they're not technically duplicates; they're just really close in color. Or something.
Yeah, that's what the feeling.
But like somebody
I'm
else said,
too.
if they meant to stand on their own, it makes sense that there could be duplicates. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not. What I'm trying to figure out for all of you is if you suffer from FSS, do you need these two sets that make you feel like, oh man, I gotta buy those skin tones? Can you let that ache go to the back and buy a different thing? Or do you need to let that ache come through and buy these pencils? That's what we're trying to find out for you. So I'm going to look for tarantula, and we're going to do a little side-by-side here. I'm looking for a tarantula.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
what I am doing, everyone. That's how much I love all of you. Chestnut, where's tarantula? Tarantula? And Rose is awake. Do you think we should wait to the end and try to do
let's do that. So
a Rose show at the end?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, we got tarantula.
And I was going to say, just so you know, people, because we sometimes we joke and we are concerned that maybe we enable you guys too much. Like we don't want to we don't want to make you feel like you have to go out, because every week we're reviewing these cool products, and we just don't want to make you feel like you have to go out and buy everything.
Steve doesn't want you to go broke.
Yeah. So, even though it may not seem like it, we are sensitive to that.
Yeah. 012 Cobra. That's gold. Oh, that's the Cobra pencil, but color gold. I'm looking for Cobra color. Oh, that's confusing. Cobra color. Where's the Cobra color? Now I'm really confused. Cobra. Is that it?
Let's see.
No.
For the grayscale books, which paper is best for gel pens and markers? Asked Mary Lynn. That would be the mixed media
Correct.
paper. It has just a little bit of tooth, so the gel pens, it'll engage the roller ball, but it's also smooth enough that it's not going to damage your marker nibs. So the mixed media is what I would recommend.
I'm so confused.
And then, Tweety says you should give Mishka a few treats.
That would be
He
fun.
gets left out. Maybe I'll have to go see if I can find him and bring him up to you, but he'll probably just run right out.
Okay, so it is a Cobra pencil, but it's the Cobra color. So I'm looking for a gold pencil with a gold... What? I'm so confused. Do I have it in the wrong place? Did I pull it out already?
Police, we know it's our choice.
Cobra. I'm so confused. I can't find the Cobra pencil.
Oh, that's nice. Be Bright Sparkle says, you two put the least pressure on buying things. That's why I like to watch it.
Oh, good. That's
Glad
really
you feel
good to
that way.
hear. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, I'm really lost. Cobra. I'm looking
What's going on?
I'm looking for the Cobra color in the Cobra set.
Okay. And while she's looking, somebody asked, what is FSS? If you haven't heard that before, it's just a term that Jennifer and I coined a couple years ago. Oh, you found it? Very good.
It was in the greens.
That as a joke, because Jennifer and myself,
Mostly Jennifer.
whenever I think at the time it may have been the Tombos is what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Because she had only a few Tombos and wanted the full set. And so we were saying isn't it funny how every time we go to Blick, we always want to just get the full set of everything. And so we came up with the term full set syndrome. So
Yeah.
That's where it is.
FSS. And because I legitimately suffer from real syndromes, I feel like I'm allowed to joke around with the name syndrome.
And you can go get this FSS Full Set Syndrome coloring page for free on our website.
Yep.
Links in the description.
That was really good. Okay. All right. So I found the pencils. That was intense trying to find those pencils. I have the Cobra. Let me come down here. Okay. I have the Cobra right here. And I want to see if it, side by side for real here. Is it the same as 012, the olive? So let's do that real quick. And same meaning, I know it might be slightly different, but is it close enough that we're like, it's a duplicate, it's a dupe, like they say. So here's the Cobra, and here is olive gold. Would you call that the same? Olive gold, Cobra. What do you think? What would you guys say? I'm going to lean in. Olive gold.
Jojo says Tombow or light crack.
Yeah. Cobra. What do you think, Steve? Same?
I don't know. Ish. I don't know. It looks like you colored darker on one, so maybe you'd have to color just as dark on the other.
I think they would be interchangeable. In real world, they're interchangeable. There may be a little bit more brown undertone in the olive gold, I would say. But in real world coloring, they would be interchangeable. You could use them in the same situation. So yeah, I'm going to say they're duplicates. As far as there might be a bit of a shade difference, but in real world, they might as well be the same. So if that gets me in trouble, I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying.
For another time, Amy says that she has Tombows and she's frustrated with them because they're kind of streaky. She says, I don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
I don't think I know how to use them right because everyone else loves them. So yeah, we'll have to tackle that another time.
Yeah, they are different, but they are lovely. Okay, I've got 3 pencils in my hand now. I've got number 10, I've got cinnamon, and I've got tarantula. These are these 3 right here that I was like, man, these are really similar. So we're going to kind of side by side. So here I'm leaning really in. That's the number 10. This is cinnamon. And this is tarantula. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. 10 and 11 came in the same set. I kind of feel frustrated about that. They should have, I feel like it should have had 2 different pencils in this set, farther apart in tone. In a small set of 12, every pencil should be different, have a different place, a different feel. But those 2, 10 and 11, are like, they might as well be the same pencil. You can use them interchangeably. That's what I'm saying. So here's that 10 again. Lean in and go light. And that's the 10. And then here's 11, which is cinnamon. Lean in and go light. Maybe a little bit more red of an undertone in there, but not enough to say, yes, this is a different pencil. So that's a little disappointing. And then here's tarantula. Lean in and go light. It's closer to the 10. Definitely tarantula is closer to the 10. It lacks that tiny bit of red. That's tarantula. So probably my only thing I would say negative about the color selection in the darks is I wish 10 and 11 were 2 different pencils, farther apart, maybe one with a bit of a blue or a bit of a gold, or I don't know. I'm not a color picker, but I do know that if you're going to have a small set of 12, Each one needs to have a distinct place and shouldn't be that close, shouldn't be that interchangeable in a small set of 12. If it's a huge set of 150, you're always going to have pencils close to this. That always happens. But in a small set of 12, each pencil needs to have its own legs to stand on. Agreed? Just say agreed, Steve.
Agreed.
Okay, see? He always agrees with me. That's a good man. Okay, so we have finished our color analysis. The analysis is done. I hope you all have felt fully analyzed. What we need to do now is do some blending, figure out how they blend. And we spent our whole time swatching. We need to color. So let me get my little book out here. Partner, I need my partner worksheets. Where did I put our partner worksheets, Steve? If you are right here. The box was hiding it. Okay, this is my book that I am keeping all of our worksheets that we're doing over in our partner workshops. If you're not familiar with the Bliss Booster program, over on Coloring Bliss, we have different levels of Bliss Boosters that you can become part of. And one of them is a Bliss Booster partner level. And we have weekly workshops with small groups that we get together and we do coloring every week. What? Well, Steve just pointed and said, look, Carolyn just donated to our channel. Thank you so much, Carolyn. I'm adding you to the list for the Rose Show at the end. I kind of like this idea of doing the Rose Show at the end. I kind of like this idea. Thank you so much, Rose. It really... Her name is Rose? No, I wrote Rose down. Carolyn. Carolyn, thank you so much for helping our channel. I really appreciate it. So over on our Bliss Partner workshop, this is a page that we created here. So I want to show you the colors that I have pulled out recently out of my Prismacolors for use for creating skin tones. And I kind of want to look with you at the differences in what we've been given here and see if there's any gaps or anything odd that I can see here. Yeah, we don't really have any really, like this sepia I was using a lot, and I don't really see, maybe the Huntsman could be in place of the sepia. Let me move this over here. I know I was using ginger root a lot. Do we have anything like a ginger root? We do. 021, that's good. I know I was using rosy beige a lot. Do we have anything like that in here? Kinda. Okay. And then they give you, I've been using a lot of this type of tones in my skin. And not really any blues. Again, the blues, Black Widow. We need some blues. Sorry. I was kind of overreacting to the blues. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you some of the skin tones I've been able to create using this set of colors. Over here you can kind of see what I've been doing. This is a worksheet that my Bliss partners get to enjoy. So this is the kind of combinations I've been doing. See here you can see the grayed lavender being used. Over here is that sepia. This is one that I was using that went kind of astray. So I took out the black raspberry and here you can see it went better here. This one I really like. Here's that ginger root on the bottom, and that's very similar to that 021 right here. So let's try to recreate something like this one using the Black Widow, and then we can see, compared to Prismacolor, how it would turn out. How's that sound? That sounds like fun to me. Let's see if we can create something similar using the almighty, you know, compared to the almighty Prismacolor. What can the Black Widows do? I kind of like that challenge, and we're only going to use what we were given. Are we ready? Okay, let's...
That was really bright.
Oh, yeah, it did. Let's use that ginger rooty color, 021. Steve will fix the color while I dive in and find that 021, which is brown fog. And we still need to sharpen a pencil. Someone wanted me to sharpen a pencil.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to grab the lid of one of these so we have a place to stage colors. And then we need a light umber color. Let's see what is the closest we have to that light umber. Nothing. So we're going to just have to pick something else. That's kind of a problem. Ginger root to what? If we try to stay in the light, I don't know how we would do that. Okay, we're going to have to... I want to try to do one all in the darks. No ginger root. I changed my mind. I'm allowed. My channel. We're going to do 013. I want to do one that's all from the dark palette. 013 as our light. Medium, we're going to go sort of reddish. Let's go 011. And then we'll cancel out the red in the dark tone. Whoa, let's go crazy. Let's go 023. Ready? We're going for a dark skin tone. This is dark skin tone after all, right? Okay, here we go. Let's do this. So the colors I picked. 013 suede. And I picked 011 cinnamon. We may go over our hour, Steve. Is that okay? And I picked 023 chalk tone. Oh, she's going to have dark skin, everyone. Are we ready for some dark skin? She's going to be pretty. Okay, let's see. So, first step. We're going to do the lightest tone really quick and fast. This is going to be some fast coloring. So, what I'm looking for as I do this is I want to see, as we layer up, how does it behave? And as we blend out, how is it going to behave? So this is the first time we've tried actually layering up and blending out. Is there any questions or anything I can answer? Or are we doing good?
No, we're fine.
Okay, so we're just laying down the first layer. Okay. Now, usually I would hit this with odorless mineral spirits at this point.
Caitlin's Music World 92 says, why not do 2, 1 light and 1 dark?
Oh, if we have time, well, we're out of time, aren't we? We may still do that. Okay, mid-tone, we're going to start laying in some of our shadows here. And this is a very red pencil, but I was kind of limited on what we could pick. This is where I wish instead of the 10 and 11, because we have the midtones is the problem. There's no good midtone. If you look at the colors that I have to pick from in midtones, like I have this light umber right here. That is such a good mid-tone color with no red undertone to it. And we have like this beige sienna, these ones here with no red undertone. That's what I feel like we're missing. Everything is reddish undertone for the mid-tones.
And Jojo asks, light color always goes first?
I'm not ever going to say always, because there's always an exception to the rule, and I don't believe in rules like that. But if we're going to go by Jennifer's rule of blending thirds, then yes. I lay down the light first to sort of get rid of the white. And then I come in with the mid-tone to start mapping out or planning out where my shadows are going to be. And we talk a lot about all of this in the Bliss Partner workshop, so I'm going really fast. If you want some really slow, good, like 2-hour long tutorial on this, then you'll want to come into the Bliss workshop for that. Okay, I'm going to establish the nose. Okay, now I've kind of mapped things out, so now we're going to build in. I'm hoping this chocolate color that I picked is going to help cancel out or make it so the red tone isn't quite so potent. Now remember, we're going for a dark skin tone, so all that yellowishness will probably end up going away. So we can be pretty strong with this chalk tone, not choco, chalk tone. Okay, a little bit under here, a little under her eyes. We forgot to do that with the mid-tone. Like I said, I'm being a little fast here. Normally I would spend more time. Up here, deeper with the shadow. Deepen that up. Now it's starting to slip. I can feel the pencil slipping. We've only done 3 light layers. It shouldn't be slipping on me. That's a sign of a waxy pencil.
Coloring with D asked, how do you determine how big the nose will be?
That's a personal preference. I usually, because of like what I've learned from makeup, you start at the eyebrow line and you just create a soft arc to the nostril. You know, when you do your eyebrows, they teach you on the YouTube videos, when you do your eyebrows, you're supposed to like lay your eyebrow pencil like that. So I do the same thing when I'm drawing faces. I do the same thing. I literally lay the pencil down like that, and then I create the arc. That's how I draw faces. So I kind of did the same thing here. Just sort of imagined the pencil down and drew the arc. Okay. Trying to lean in and get more of a shadow going, but the layers are slipping.
Kaylee said, I would like to know how waxy they are. Are they super waxy or barely waxy at all?
I've, you know, if you ever colored with a Crazy Art pencil, those I consider some of the worst, the highest, waxiest pencils I've ever colored with. These are not like that, but they're already slipping on top of each other, where with a Prismacolor I would still be feeling some good blending feelings. Okay, now we're going to expand the mid-tone out.
Coloring with D says, I didn't know that about eyebrows.
Oh.
And Mia Bear says, love your drawings, Jen.
Aw, thank you.
And then just a reminder about the sharpening and a quick opinion on Carl. Did you already say
Carl.
that?
Oh, Carl.
Yeah, the sharpener Carl.
Carl is aggressive. He loves to sharpen your pencils. If you want control over how much product is being sharpened off your pencil, Carl is not for you. He he just goes for it. So,
But they love how Carl looks with your eyeballs on.
I do too. So if I'm in a hurry and I just want to get that pencil sharpened and get back to coloring, Carl is great. If I have an expensive pencil or a pencil that's off-centered and I'm babying it and trying to get the most out of it, Carl is not the one to use because he's so aggressive. I don't like that he is, I'm going back to the dark tone now and building it back in that shadow. I don't like that I can't adjust Carl. I know there are some mechanical, like the crank kind, that you can adjust the length of the point. I wish I had invested in that rather than just plain old Carl, no adjusting. So if you're going to buy something like Carl, I recommend buying the kind that you can adjust the length of point. So maybe you'd have a little bit more control than my little Carl. Okay, down the nose again. Down the cheek. Okay.
Holly says you amaze me every time I see you covered.
Oh, thanks. Now, I could spend more time. I would probably deepen it up a little bit more. Use some odorless mineral spirits to help blend it out a little bit more, but we don't have time for all that. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing all of those steps, that long tutorial, it's literally over an hour long. That's why we don't have time for that right now. That long tutorial is there. What I'm going to do, though, bring back suede now. That's why you kind of sandwiching layers together here, stirring ingredients together. And now we're bringing suede back and going to blend everything together. And it'll help soften out these rough edges, bring my strokes together. And just this step, always my favorite. The last step of Jennifer's blending rule of thirds, although this is kind of a more intermediate to advanced Jennifer's rule of blending thirds. Sorry about that. Oh, and it froze. Go to the other camera. It shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
We turned that off. Anyway, this is more advanced coloring, and that's why the actual partner workshop was, hour or two long, plus a follow-up.
So, Dawn was wondering, will these still fit in the brass bullet? It's just the core that's bigger?
Yes.
And then, like I said, Funky Light was wondering about the sharpening because she was having trouble with the wood in her sharpener.
We'll sharpen it right now. Okay, I'm just buffing it out, trying to get it smooth without using odorless mineral spirits. That would have helped. So I'm feeling like it's not blending as good as a Prismacolor, but look, it's still decent for not using odorless mineral spirits. Look at that pretty skin tone we got. Is that other camera working yet? No. So I'm going to try to hold it like that. Pretty good for no odorless mineral spirits and some sloppy fast shading. We got some good depth. I would go back now. Once you do the light all the way and stir everything. Oh, sorry. So you stir everything in, you go back with your darkest tone at the very end, and your deepest shadow spots you go back to one last time, just to give them a little va-va-voom, like that. Did you like my va-va-voom?
Yes.
A little va-va-voom. Okay, so those three colors, look at that. Beautiful. She's pretty. She still has her highlights under her cheeks. You got to have your highlight now. If you watch any beauty gurus, see my highlight on my cheeks, Steve? You got to have your bling on your cheeks. That's what all the YouTube beauty gurus say. You got to have your bling, bling, bling on your cheeks. So that's pretty good. That was all just using colors from one set. We got a pretty dark, I think it's very successful skin tone. So I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. So, yeah, I think that's a win. Did we want to try a light skin tone, or are they bored? She asks them knowingly. How many people are here?
160.
Whoa. Should we try a light really quick?
I would say start by sharpening one first.
Sharpen. Okay. Which one needs it? You know, they're standing up to it pretty good. Let's do 11. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, cinnamon. Don't forget the cinnamon. Okay, we'll sharpen it with...
Mia Bear says, love it. Coloring with D, not bored at all. Mia Bear, funny.
Okay, here we go.
Beth, not bored. Polly, go for it. Beverly, never bored. Dawn, not bored.
This is going to look really good. We got all these pretty shavings here, and now we're going to do a black pencil into it. Are we ready for some pretty art ASMR?
Yes.
Are we ready? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so again, for anyone who's new, proper technique for sharpening with a handheld. You hold your pencil still and you move your handheld around your pencil. Steve's like, move up, move up. Okay, so that's kind of the true to no matter what kind of handheld you hold, no matter what handheld you have. And the reason is it keeps the core steady and you can move that sharpener around the core. Okay, here we go. Let's see how it does. Here comes the black. If you're not getting long curls, typically it means your blade is starting to get dull. So you can sharpen your blade by running a graphite pencil through your sharpener, or it means you need to either replace the blade or get a new sharpener altogether.
Kaylee says, you always cheer me up when I'm down. I love your channel. You're one of my favorite channels.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. This Alvin brass bullet, I don't know how old it is, and it keeps on going.
I love those black shavings. That's so cool.
There it is. Nice sharp point. I didn't have a problem with that particular pencil. Look at that point. That could kill someone. There's the black shavings in there. That was very satisfying. Should we try Carl? Or is that what they wanted to see?
Mia Bear says, really pretty. Angela, always enjoy your streams.
Oh, thank you. Okay, if we're going to do a light one, we got to get to it here. Okay, I'm going to see what I've tried in the past that worked so we don't waste too much time. Bring up our pencils here and this. I really like that one, but it's got the chocolate in it, and there's nothing like that in the light. Our darkest tone in the light set is maybe this one right here.
Oh, sorry, I don't have you on the right one.
Oh, you guys are watching me sit here pondering. Yeah, go to that for me. All of my light tones have a darkish at the end to get those shadows in. See how I have a light umber there? So this is going to be tricky.
They would like to see Carl. Leah said,
Okay.
How do you know when to stop? Mine seem to be really longer than what you're showing.
Oh, the sharpener? Which sharpener do you have? That would be my question. See, I just don't use pinks like this unless it's in the cheeks. So that would make 1, 2 of those tones plus all these oranges I don't use. Like that peach is like the closest. Oh, here's a goldenrod. We could go goldish. What? But look at her skin. That's like Barbie doll skin. All right, let's come over here. Let's see if there's something over here we could build. Okay, maybe this way. Okay, let's do this one. This one was a nectar, so something sort of pinky. We could go... this is hard. Okay, we're just going to have to go for it. We need, I used the ginger root for the mid-tone. So 021 for our mid-tone, which is brown fog.
Polly asked, why save the shavings?
Why
Why do you save the shavings Oh, and then Amy says, yeah, no reason. She just likes them because they're pretty.
Yeah, you should get that jar right there, and I'll show her how pretty the jar is. Okay, then we're going to do a pinky for the dark, but we need it to have dark, like some sort of, not just pink, but like skin pink. Not like blush pink, but like white person pink. I'm allowed to say that I'm white. White person pink. Awkward. Okay, 015. We're going to call that white person pink. I'm blushing now, and I just picked the color blush. And then we need some sort of light color. Let's do 007. I'm just trying here. That yellow, I just don't know how I would ever use that yellow really well. Like, it's so bright. It's like sunshine. Okay. It would be a challenge, huh? That could be a challenge. Okay, these are the colors I picked. I don't know how this is going to work. That was my original thought, was this would be the mid-tone. And this is the light, and this is the dark. This is not going to go well. I want it to be a success. I don't want to just go for it.
At least it's just wing it.
But I want it to be a success. I want to give them their most... Is that a dark? Is this a middle? And is this a light? No. That's a light. And that's a dark. I like that. But the dark... Oh, this is bugging me.
Wondering what Dee says. Would that be Caucasian white?
Yeah. That's a better way to say it. Ah, it's so peachy. Let's try that one. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, it's even worse. How can we be getting worse? Okay, that one. Okay, we did it. Okay, those are our three. That was hard. She's going to be interesting. Okay, now we're going to write it down.
Sunburn Pink.
Yeah. Okay, let's write them down before we forget what we did. I already forgot what we did. What did we do? That's our midtone. That's our light. 7 is our light. And then Murk is our dark. Oh my goodness. This is going to be really weird. Okay. I just don't know what else to do. To just get a normal skin tone. 007. Normal Caucasian. Like my skin, you know? Like me, pasty white girl. Eggshell.
Here are your...
Okay, let me swatch these really quick while I'm remembering what we're doing. That's our light. This is pasty girl, Caucasian midtone. Brown fog. I think this set would be really fun for more of a, like, if you were coloring like a Disney princess. And then that's our dark. Those are so similar. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. 017 Murk. Maybe this is going to be the best one I've ever done. Have faith, Jennifer. Okay, this is what my jars look like once they're full of shavings. I just think they are just so pretty. They have all these different woods and different colors, and oh, it's just so pretty. So that's, I have like 4 jars now full of, maybe 3 jars? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Lots of jars full. Okay, here we go. Eggshell first. Right here. Wish me luck, everyone. Send out some luck vibes. Now, I'm curious to see if we will get the same feel as I did over here. Will I have the same experience where it starts to feel slippery after just a couple layers? You know, with Prismacolor or polychromos, you can put down like 6 layers, and then you might start feeling that slippery sensation. Which, you know, if you're just doing hobby type coloring where you're coloring a mandala and you're only using a 2 or 3 color blend, then that doesn't really matter, right? Then the softness and the affordability of the Black Widow pencils are what you're looking for. But if you're more the type of person that's doing a 6 color blend or 7 layers into your coloring, then you do. That's important to know. Okay, now into brown fog, which I'm hoping is my midtone.
Holly says, I always feel guilty when I throw my shavings away because I know you saved them.
Don't feel guilty. You live in a small space. If I was living in a small space, I would so be throwing mine away.
But they did like your jar of shavings.
I think it's so fun to save it.
Jennifer says, you are an artist. You don't need luck, Jen. Trust your instincts.
Oh, I need luck when I'm using weird combinations of pencils, though. Okay, now the arch of from here to here. Let's see if we can start creating and mapping that out. Plan it out here.
Tweety says, I think skin tones are the hardest and avoid it all.
Yeah. And I tend to give my girls beards quite often. And then I spend all this time working to blend out the beard. Do you guys do that too? It's like, oh no, she's got a beard. I did it again. So the other hard thing about what we're doing here today is we haven't colored her hair. We haven't colored in her eyes or her lips. So she's looking a little odd just because all we've done is her skin. So I keep reminding myself that is she could look better. Right now she's looking like she needs to go out in the sun. She's been coloring too much and needs to get out in the sun. The winters of Utah have her inside too much and she needs to get out. Okay, here comes the dark. Murk. Let's see if we can brighten up her skin with a little Murk. Okay. This is definitely too many colors that are in the same. Some of my favorite skin tones I've created is when I mix, like I'll do like the lavender type feel right in the middle and then balance it out with something more gray. And so the problem I'm feeling with this skin tone is that it's all sort of the same feel. They all have the same undertone, but it is coming together. Look how pretty. Okay, we're on our 3rd layer here in some spots. I'm not feeling quite as slippery as the other time, so that's good. Okay, back to the midtone, which was brown fog. Good thing this is really helpful to lay out your layers, your colors in order, like I have, in case you're using colors that are close in tone like this, so you can remember and keep track of what you're supposed to be doing. Especially if you get up and walk away from your coloring to go do an errand or you get distracted. When you come back, you'll remember, oh yeah, brown fog was my midtone. Yeah, these seem to be layering better. I'm having a better feel. I still feel the pencils gripping to each other. That's good. I'm liking her. I'm liking her. You guys sent out good luck to me. Okay, final layer here. Kind of blend it all together. Try to preserve the highlights. Try to make it so she doesn't have a beard.
What do you think as far as
My
the
phone.
the Prismacolor set that's for what am I trying to say? The portrait set for Prismacolor. Like it's kind of interesting to me that you struggled so much to find a combination out of those.
You said Prismacolor.
Well, I'm just saying this compared to, I'm wondering with the Prismacolor skin tone set or the portrait set, if
So-
they have a better selection or something.
That set that we're showing is not the Prismacolor, just so we're clear. If they go by the Prismacolor portrait set, that's not what they're getting. That's card I was showing is my own combination that we pulled from a video, another YouTuber. The Prismacolor portrait set is a different set of pencils.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about that one.
Okay. I just didn't want them to think was... Look we did pretty good. It feels a little flat. I wish there were more shadows. I would pull a darker color from the darks and pop the shadows and she would look better. But not too shabby. I'm pretty happy with that for what we had to work with. I think, like I said, I think of the two sets, the dark is my favorite. That's probably why it's sold out. The light has too many oranges and too many pinks. It needed more of that sepia type tone. The beige sienna and the sepia type tone would have rounded out the lights. That's my feeling. So together, the dark and the lights together, I think would make a good set together. So yeah, that's my feeling. I would buy them together. I wish that they were already a full set of skin tones in a set of 24 would have been great. That I think would have been a better way to go. If I had been the person he would have come to and said, Jennifer, tell me how to do this, I would have said, just make it a set of 24. They need to be together. You have to have the darks. Even in a light skin tone, you have to have a dark to make that light skin tone pop. That's the way you color. That's the way it works. You have to have the light to make the dark. You have to have the pinks. Even in a dark skin tone, they have pinks on their cheeks, right? Even a dark skin tone has pinks in it. So together they work. That's how it works. So I would have told him to make it a set of 24 and be done with it. That would have been my recommendation. So if you, I'm happy with them though. They are a bigger core. They go down really soft. If anything, I think they're softer than the original Black Widow. Can't wait to hear what you think. If you've got these pencils, please comment below. Let me know. Compare them at home and let me know if you think they're softer, or do you think they're about the same, or do you think they're not as good as the original Black Widow sets. I want to know your opinion on that. So comment below. They seem to be blending kind of a mixed bag. The first one we did, I didn't feel like they were layering very good, but the second one I did, I felt like was layering really good. So it's kind of mixed there. So that means I need to do a little bit more coloring with them to get a full feel of how they're doing. So.
By the way, Kaylee would like to see hair coloring sometime. So.
Yeah, that would be lots of fun. And I did recently start making a worksheet for hair coloring. So I need to finish that up, fill it out, and make a few more hairstyles for that worksheet. So, yeah. Don't forget to come and download the Full Set Syndrome free coloring page. It'll only be free for a limited time unless you are already one of our Bliss boosters. Then you always have access to our premium library. So come and get that. And we need to do the Rose Show.
Yes.
We've got several people. I've got a list of 7 people to thank with the Rose Show. We need to do some treats. And have you figured out a way that we can swing the camera around and show off a few different tricks?
Could probably use this one.
You think we can swing that camera around? Are you guys ready to get a little seasick and see some of Rose's tricks? I'm excited to show off a few of Rose's tricks. We'll move this. We've got a table set up here, and you've seen it before. I have a table set up in the middle of my art studio room, but Steve's moving it out of the way. Hang on, and you're going to see our mess in the back. I've got some boxes back here that we've been sorting out some of my other art supplies back here. And I've got a case on the floor back here that I've been getting some art supplies pulled together for a little outing I'm going on. So that's what that is. And then I have a chair back there that I sit. That's like Rose's favorite place for me to sit, is right there on that chair. So that's what's going on back there. And now we've got a big open space so Rose can do her tricks.
Down just a little bit.
Wow, my face is blown out.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. All right, so
Let's see when Rose gets down there how it does.
are you ready to have a treat? Do you want a treat? Okay, come here. She didn't even get it. Okay, I'll get the treats out first. I'm going to take my rings off so that I don't hurt her. Come here. Now she's interested. Come here. We're going to do it different this time. Oh, yes. Say hi to everybody. They can see now that I'm in my pajama pants. Yeah, I'm in my pajama pants. Say hi to everyone. We have lots of people to say thank you for supporting our Bliss business.
Oh, that color is just struggling, isn't it?
Yeah, that's okay though.
You know what? Let me turn on this light.
I think it is on.
Well, oh, it is.
Are you ready for treats? Yeah, she's already busting moves. Okay, so you're the cameraman. If you have to take it out of there, I guess you could. Okay. First, oh, she's already ready.
This is a great idea.
Stand up and around. Good girl. There's one treat, and that one is to thank Beverly. Thank you, Beverly. Okay, the next one is to thank Mary Lynn. This one is for Mary Lynn. Let's see if she'll lay down for this one. Down, down. Good. Now roll over. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you, Mary Lynn. Okay, the next one is for Jelly Girl Eli, which we hope we're saying your name right. Okay, you ready? You have to stand up and jump. Jump, jump, jump. Good girl. That's a good girl. Okay, are you ready? That was for Jelly Girl or Eli. Thank you so much. The next one is for Michaela. Are you ready, Michaela? This one's for you. Okay, sit down. Stay. Let's see if they can see. They can. Okay, stay. 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 Okay, it's yours. Good girl. Thank you, Michaela. Okay, the next one is for Polly. Polly, are you ready for your trick? Okay, are you ready to do another trick? Okay. Oh, you want? Oh, sitting pretty. Good. Stay. Stay. Good girl. She picked that trick for you, Polly.
Oh, yep. She says you are, Jen. My hubby is named Eli.
Oh, good. So. Very good. Okay, this one was for. Uh-oh, I've spelt it weird. Was this one Kyla? Uh-oh. Kalara? I spelt it weird. I hope I'm getting your name right. Okay, come over here. Okay, let's go around and around and around and around and around.
Oh, she's going both ways.
I don't know if I've ever seen you go both ways. Good job.
Okay, this is, I love that one. Thank you. They're all saying, wow, go Rosie.
Okay, we've got one more treat, and this one is for Carolyn. So thank you, Carolyn. Okay, sit. Oh, she's ready. Let's see if she'll shake for it. Okay, well, maybe we can get her to bust all our moves for Carolyn. Can you shake? Sit. Shake, sit, shake. Good girl. Thank you, Carolyn. Good girl. Thank you so much, you guys. That was fun to do the roast show at the end there. Oh, she's off. She knows that it's done. She's like, I'm done. That was so much fun. We'll kind of swing it around a little bit here so I can say goodbye to everybody. Come up here and say goodbye. Yeah, say goodbye to everybody. Thanks so much for a fun event, everybody. We had so much fun reviewing the Black Widow Skin pencils. So there are links to everything in the video description. And I guess we'll see you guys all next week for our next live event. So thank you, everyone, for all your support in making Coloring Bliss possible. I hope you have a wonderful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everybody.